Hey everyone, my name is Riley, and in this video, I will be showing you how you can create an appointment booking website. If you are watching this video, you likely have a service-based business, and you are looking to create a website where people can go through and book appointments with you directly on that website. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can create a website exactly like this, step by step, click by click. I will be showing you how you can go ahead and get hosting to actually host your website. I will then be showing you how you can go ahead and customize this website extremely quickly and easily. It's drag and drop and there is no code required here. I will then show you how you can take this website from a normal website and add the features of an appointment booking website, which will then allow people to book and schedule appointments directly on your website. When people book appointments, we will make sure that they are receiving emails and also adding the ability to allow them to cancel appointments if they cannot make it. So with that being said, let's jump right in and start creating your appointment booking website. Now, the very first thing that we are going to do is go ahead and get the web hosting so that we can host the website that we create. Now, to get hosting, I recommend Hostinger as it is one of the fastest and one of the most cost-effective ways of getting hosting. And if you use the first link down in the description to sign up for Hostinger, you can get a very nice discount right here. So once you have clicked on that link and you are now on Hostinger, all we are going to do is click on Claim Deal right here, and that is going to take us down to this section. Now we have three options right here. We have Premium, we have Business, and we have Cloud Startup. I always use, and I would recommend the Business plan right here. The reason being is we have a much better performance, up to 5 times as fast. And I have tried Premium in the past. However, when you start adding in a few different widgets and a few of the things that we need to add into WordPress, it can really slow the website down and it's just not the best. Cloud Startup, on the other hand, it's just a little bit too much of overkill. It does have 10x performance right here, but I have not really found much of a difference between using Business and Cloud Startup when we are creating a website just like this. Now, with that being said, if you are on a super tight budget, then you absolutely can go with Premium. I just find Business to give the best performance. So just go for the plan that you are going to select and then click on Add to Cart right here. And that is going to take us over to this screen where it asks us to choose a period. Now, by default, the 48 months is going to be selected. And as you can see, this is the best in terms of pricing, but only if you know for a fact that you are going to have your appointment booking website for the next 4 years. For me personally, like that's just too far out. I wouldn't really be sure on having the site for that long. So I usually just go for 12 months. Now, the reason I go with 12 months over the monthly is because, first of all, it is far more cost effective. And secondly, you get a free domain in the first year. Now, if we go for the 1 month right here, you can see this is $14.99. Now, this is pounds, so this is probably closer to $16, $17 maybe. But you also have to pay for your domain. So it's about $15 for the domain. So effectively, if you go for the monthly plan, you're paying around $35 for the month. Whereas if we go with the 12-month plan, you can see it's currently $53 after the big discount that we get, but we also get that free domain. So I personally prefer to pay the extra $20 and have this for an entire year, rather than paying $30 for a month. Now, I just want to jump in here and explain how important getting a domain is. First of all, it just makes your website look extremely unprofessional if you do not have one. And secondly, if you do not buy a customized domain, then you will not be able to get SSL security. Now, SSL security is this little padlock icon that you will see on most websites. And if you do not have this security feature, when people try to access your website, Google or whichever browser they are using is usually going to give them a message like this, and that is just not what you want on your website. So once you have selected your plan, we just want to go down here and you can enter in the email that you would like to sign up for Hostinger with, as well as creating a password for Hostinger. Once you have entered that information, we can then go down and select a payment method. So we have credit card, PayPal, Google Pay, or I think this is cryptocurrency, but I've never used it. So select the payment method and then you can just go down and enter in this information and then click on Submit Secure Payment. I'm going to do that right now. It's then going to take a few seconds as this goes ahead and loads in, and it then greets us with this page that says hello. So just go ahead and click on Start Now, and then it's going to ask who are you creating the website for. So you can go for creating the website for myself, creating it for somebody else. It doesn't really matter, you can go for anything here, but in this example, I'm just going to say I'm creating this for myself. And then we want to choose here, I'm building it myself. It's then going to ask what type of website you want to build. Once again, this doesn't really matter. It doesn't affect anything about the website, how it looks, anything like this. So you can go ahead and select any of these. And then it's going to ask if you need help building this website. So just go ahead and click no thanks as you are watching this tutorial. It's then going to ask if you want to create or migrate a website. Now, migrating a website means that you have a website on another hosting provider that you want to transfer over to Hostinger. That is not what we are going to do. So just go ahead here and click on Create New Website. Next, it's going to ask if we want to build this with the Hostinger AI Builder or with WordPress. Of course, we are going to click WordPress. And now it's going to ask us to create login details for our WordPress account. So earlier on in the video, we created our Hostinger account, and now we are going to go ahead and create our WordPress account right here. So by default, the administrator email is going to be the exact same as the one you signed up to Hostinger with. So just leave this as it is, and then you can go ahead and create a password for your WordPress account. On this next screen, it's going to ask us if we want to add any plugins. You absolutely can do this. I do not usually do this personally, as the more plugins we have, the slower the website is going to be. And these plugins we just don't really have any use for. So I always go for skip. I will manage plugins later. It will then ask us to choose from one of these templates. Now, don't worry about this. We will be installing our own template later on in the tutorial. So on this screen, just go ahead and click skip. I don't need a template. And then we get asked if we want to automate text creation with AI. Once again, I don't really use this. I wouldn't recommend using this. So once again, we can go ahead and click skip. I will write content later. And right here, we now get to name the website. So we have three options. If you went with the yearly plan, we can claim a free domain, buy or use an existing domain. And for most people watching this, you will want to go ahead and claim the free domain. So once you have selected the claim a free domain, it will open up this box at the bottom where we can go ahead and enter in the domain name. Now, before you do that, before you go ahead and enter that domain name, the first thing that we need to do is just go to this little box at the side and set this to .com. .com is the type of domain that we want. It's just the most professional. So set this to .com and then you can go ahead and enter the domain that you like into this box. Once your domain has been selected, just go ahead and click continue, and we can go ahead and complete the domain registration. So the first thing is just choosing the country and then whether this is a personal or business domain. And then we can also go ahead and enter in some contact details just to set up this domain registration. And then once all of that information is entered, just go ahead and continue. Once you have done that, it will now go ahead and register the domain. And we just get a little bit of confirmation here. So just go through and make sure that the domain is correct. It is a .com domain, and then click on Finish Setup. And just like that, we have now fully set this up. We have Hostinger, we have WordPress, and we now have our domain. Now on this screen, you are going to get two different options. Firstly, we can go ahead and edit the website right now, or we can go into the Hostinger control panel. Now, before we go ahead and dive into the website and start making changes, we first of all want to manage site and go ahead and make some changes on the back end. So go ahead and click into manage site right here. And this is going to take you over to the Hostinger dashboard. So once you are on this Hostinger dashboard, The first thing that we need to do is go into the domain right here. You can see the domain is currently active, but click on manage underneath this, and this is going to take us through and say your domain is pending verification. So Hostinger are going to send you an email. As you can see, the email is going to look something like this. And then all you have to do is click on the link in that email, and you should get this message at the top that says your email address has been successfully verified. So once you have done that, we can now go back to Hostinger and hit refresh. And as you can see, this domain is now fully set up, and we have confirmed this using our email. So once you have all of this done, just head back over to the dashboard right here. And then in this top section, you should see this button that has the WordPress icon and then says admin panel. So just go ahead and click into this. And this is going to redirect us over to WordPress right here. And you should be taken over to a screen that looks like this. Now, we want to be going back and forth between this WordPress dashboard quite often. So this is definitely something that we want to have bookmarked. So just go up to this top panel, or the search bar, I should say, right here. And then everything after, you should see yourdomain.com/WordPress admin. Everything after admin, just go ahead and delete this. So it should now say yourdomain/WordPress admin. Hit enter. And this is going to take you over to the main WordPress dashboard. Now this right here is what we want to go ahead and bookmark, just so that we can get back with one simple click. So to do this, just click on these three dots up here. And then we can go down to bookmarks and lists, and then bookmark this tab. And then I'm just going to call this dashboard, save this in my bookmarks bar, and click on done. Now, as you can see, if I now go ahead and open up a new tab, we have the dashboard right here that we can click into and get back to this WordPress dashboard at any time. So to go ahead and install our theme, what we first of all need to do is go over to plugins on the left-hand side menu, and it's going to open up this side menu right here, and you should see this option to add new plugin. So just go ahead and click into add new plugin, and that is going to take us over to the WordPress plugins menu. As you can see, there's a lot of different plugins that we can get here, but we are specifically looking for one called Starter Template. So if we go over to this bar on the right hand side where it says search plugins, just go ahead and click on this, and then we can go ahead and search for Starter Template, just like that. So search for Starter Templates, and then the one that we are looking for is this one right here, Starter Templates by Brainstorm Force. So when you see this, just go ahead and click on install now, and that will go ahead and install the plugin. Once the plugin is installed, you should see this button that said install now has now changed to activate. So we can go ahead and click on activate, and this is going to activate and take us into the plugin. It's then going to say, how would you like to build your website? And it gives us two options here. We either have classic starter templates, or we have this AI website builder. Now this is still in beta. I've tested this out a little bit, but it's just not where it needs to be yet, and it's not as smooth as the classic starter template. So this is the one that we are going to go for. Just click on build with templates, and then it's going to give us the option between these 3-page builders. We want to go for Elementor, as it is by far the best to edit the pages with. So we want to go for Elementor. And it's then going to take us through to this page where we can choose from all of these different templates. So from here, you want to choose a template that is in your field. For example, if I am a personal trainer, I can type in personal trainer. And then as you can see, it's going to bring up all of these different personal trainer templates. If you are maybe a dentist, we can type in dentist. And then we have all of these different dentist templates that you can choose from. Now, if you are in a niche and you type in that niche and it doesn't show up, then you can go for either just one of these templates right here and customize it in a different way. Or what I would recommend is just going for one called Earth. as this is a fantastic neutral template that you can go ahead and build upon and build out your site. Now, in this example, I'm just going to go ahead and use personal trainer. So I'm going to go back and type in personal trainer and choose from one of these templates. So this is the one that I'm going to use. So I'm just going to go ahead and select this template. And then once you have selected your template, it will take you over to a screen where you can see the template that you selected right here. And over on the left-hand side, it's going to give us a section where we can go ahead and make a few changes to this template. So first of all, it's going to ask for a logo. Don't worry about this for now. We will go back at the end and we will add in a logo then. So we just want to click on skip and continue. And then right here, this is where we can choose the default colors for the template. Now, as you can see, if I go through, this is going to change a few different colors, a few different highlights right here. So I'm just going to leave this as default. And then we can also change the font that is shown on the website right here. So you can click through these, see which one of these fonts you prefer. I'm just going to stick with this. And then once you have chosen your colors and your font, we can click on continue. Once you click through, it will take you to this screen that says, okay, just one last step, and it asks for some information here. You do not need to enter any information on this page. I just leave this blank and then make sure to check or uncheck, I should say, this share non-sensitive data. There's just no reason to have this checked, and then click submit and build my website. Now, this usually takes around about 30 seconds to go ahead and fully build the website, so I will be back when this is done. As you can see, the website is now built, or the template, I should say, is now added to our website, and this took about 25 seconds. So from here, once the website is ready, we can click on view your website, and this is going to take us over to this main page. So with that said, we now have hosting with Hostinger, and we now have our WordPress theme and template that are currently set up. Because the template has done most of the heavy lifting for us, all we now have to do is go through and customize this template to turn this from a generic template into our own customized website. Your WordPress website is made up of 3 different sections. We have this section at the top that contains the logo and this menu. We then have the main sections of the website, which is all of this space in between, the main bulk of the website. And then right here at the bottom, we have this footer section. Now, the way that we edit the header and the footer and the main content of the website is a little bit different. So let's start out with how you can edit the main bulk of the content on your website. To edit the main bulk of the website, all you need to do is navigate to the page that you would like to edit. For example, I'm just going to go with the home page right here. And then you should see this bar along the top. We have this button that says edit with Elementor. So we just click into this. And this is going to open up the main Elementor editor. Now, this is actually super simple in how we go about editing the entire website. So with text, all we have to do is, if we want to change this text, is click on the text. And then we can now go ahead and put in whatever we like. So I could change this to G Force North, just like that. And as you can see, that text is now changed. We can also do the same for buttons, where we can go ahead and click onto the button right here. That button is now highlighted. And then over on this left-hand menu, you can see that we can edit the button. So we can go ahead and change the text in the button right here. So I can say subscribe, and as you can see, the text in that button has now changed. To add links, we also do this on the left-hand side. You can see the link, and then in this box, this is where we would go ahead and paste the URL for if we want to link this to a different web page or somewhere else on the website. You can also change the color of buttons or text by navigating over to style on this left-hand side. And then as you can see, we have the text color that we can go ahead and change. We have the background type, the color, and all of these different sections. Once again, it is the same for text. If we click on this text right here, and I want to change the color, I can go over to style on this left-hand side. go to the text color, and then change this to whatever color I like. You can also change the font and the size of the text using this style menu by going to typography, clicking on this edit icon, and then it's going to open up this menu where you can go ahead and change the text, for example, or the font, I should say, as well as the size of the text. So you can absolutely go in here and start playing around with all of these different sections with how you can change the text, the button, and everything like that. You can edit each individual section of your website by simply closing everything down on this navigator on the left-hand side, and then clicking in between containers to decide which section of the website you would like to change. For example, if I click on this top container, you can see that we have this pink box that shows me everything that is inside this container. If I go down to the second container, the exact same thing. Between these two pink lines is everything contained in here, and so on and so forth down the rest of the website. If you want to change something like the background image that is shown here, like for example, we have a woman and it says fitness trainer, we can highlight the main container right here. And then if we go over to style with the main container selected, you can see the image is right here. All we have to do to change this image is click on choose image, and then we can go ahead and upload files from our computer. Just go to upload files right at the top, then select files, and you can select the file or the image that you would like to upload and have as your background image. That is pretty much everything that you need to know when it comes to editing the main bulk of the website. All you need to do is click and you can edit the text. We can edit the text right here. And if you want to add in images, for example, we have an image right here. All we have to do is click on the image, and then over on the left-hand side, we have choose image, where we can once again choose the image and upload files from the computer. So this is how you can go ahead and make the main changes to everything that is here on the website. The final thing that I will mention when we are editing content on the website is if you want to add any specific elements in, just click on this square icon in the top right-hand corner of the Elementor menu, and we have different elements that we can add in. For example, if I want to add a video, I simply drag and drop the video in. And as you can see, I now have a video right here, and I can choose which video I want to add in on the left-hand side. To delete sections or elements, all you need to do is click on the element that you would like to delete. It will then be highlighted over here on the right-hand side. So all we have to do is right-click and then press on delete, and that will delete that element. To save the changes that you have made to your website, you can see a pink update button down here. Just go ahead and click on that, and that will save all of the changes that you have made on your site. So that is how we can change and edit the main section of your website right here. The next thing that we are going to talk about is how you can edit the header and footer and add a logo to your site. So just make sure the main bulk of your site is edited, and then click on this eye icon to preview changes. This is going to take us back to the screen we were on before, where we can take a preview of this website. So we can just close down the editor that we were in before. And now let's talk about how you can edit the header and the footer. So to do this, instead of clicking edit with Elementor, we instead want to click on customize with this paintbrush icon. And that is going to take us over to this completely different menu. And this is where we can change the header and the footer. Now, a lot of this is irrelevant for the website that you will be building. The main points that we are going to be focusing on is how can we change the logo. All you need to do is hover over the logo, click on this pencil icon, and then you can go ahead and change the logo and upload your own logo on this left-hand side. The next thing that we need to do is be able to change this menu. So once again, you hover over this menu, click on this pencil icon, and then we can go ahead and click into configure menu. And once this pops up, you can see the primary menu. This is the main menu at the top. So we can click on this blue button that says edit menu. And then you can see we have all of these different sections. Now for this one, for example, there is way too many. It actually looks like everything is duplicated. So all I would do to delete these is click into it, click on remove, and do this for each of these different duplicated items. So that is how you can edit the header of your website. Just make sure to click publish before we back out. And then the footer is relatively the same. We just click on customize, scroll all the way down to the footer, and then we can click on this pencil icon to edit each of these individual sections. So that is how you can edit this generic template and turn it into your own professional website. However, at this point, all we have created is a website. This is not yet an appointment booking website, and it does not yet have the functions to be able to go ahead and schedule appointments. In the next section, I will be taking you through step by step exactly how we can take this normal website and turn it into a website with the feature of being able to book and schedule appointments. Now, to turn our website from a standard website into an appointment booking website, the first thing that we are going to do is just open up a new tab and then go back to the main WordPress dashboard. Now, the next thing that we need to do is go ahead and install the Amelia plugin. So go to the description of this video and you will see a link to the Amelia plugin. And once you click on that, it will take you over to this website. So all we are going to do is once you are on Amelia right here, just go ahead and click on Get Started. It's then going to ask us to select a plan. I would recommend going for the standard license. The reason being is if you want people to be able to pay you through a link, if you want to be able to use Stripe, WooCommerce, PayPal, or any of the major payment platforms, this is only available on the standard license. Now, as this is a tutorial video and I'm only going to be showing you how to set this up and get this to work, there's no point in me paying extra for the standard. So I am going to go for the starter plan, as this is still going to allow me to show you everything and how to set everything up. It's going to ask for your email address, so just enter in the email address that you would like to use, and then enter in the postcode of where you live. Once that information has been entered, we can click on continue, and then we can either pay by PayPal, Google Pay, or by card. Once that information has been entered, just go ahead and click subscribe now, and this will subscribe us to the Amelia plugin. Once you have gone through, it will then ask you to create a password for the Amelia plugin, so just go ahead and create a password. Once the passwords have been entered, click on set, and then as you can see, we now have the Amelia plugin right here. So once you are here and we have the Amelia plugin, all we need to do is go to these three dots right here, and from this drop-down menu, click on download. That will then go ahead and install the Amelia plugin right here with a zip file. So once the Amelia plugin is downloaded, we can go back over to the main WordPress dashboard. Now from here, all we are going to do is go over to plugins on this left-hand side and click on add new plugin. That is once again going to take us to the WordPress plugin dashboard. And at the top here, you should see an option that says upload plugin. So go ahead and click on this button here. And then we have the option to choose a file. So click on this. And then you should see the ameliabooking.zip. This is the plugin that we need right here. And click on open. Once that is opened, you should see this button that says install now. So we can go ahead and install the plugin into our WordPress dashboard. From here, you can then see the plugin is successfully installed. So all we have to do is click on activate plugin. And this will then take us over to all of the WordPress plugins that we have. Now, right at the top, because this is in alphabetical order, you should see the Amelia plugin, and this is now activated. Now, what you should also notice is down here at the bottom on this left-hand side, we now have this Amelia plugin that is going to show up. So if we just go ahead and click into this, we can see the dashboard of Amelia right here. So of course, this is not going to show anything right now as I just installed this and we do not have any people who have booked appointments or anything like that yet. But in here, we will be able to see the approved appointments, the percentage of load, as well as the total revenue from all of these appointments. Going down, we can see some more details, such as the employees who people have booked appointments with, the services, any upcoming appointments are going to be shown here. And then we also have like interests and conversion rates that are going to be shown here. So that is the front end, and that is the main Amelia dashboard. However, we first of all need to go into the back end and start setting a few certain things up. So the first thing that we are going to do is, once again, just make sure that you are in the Amelia dashboard right here. And then we can go all the way down to settings under the Amelia settings. So the first thing that we are going to set up is just going to be payments, and this is how people can go ahead and actually make payments, how you can take payments for people who have booked appointments. So if we just go into view payment settings right here, we can go ahead and choose the currency that we want people to book appointments in. So if you're in the UK, this might be pounds, you could go for euros or dollars. We can also choose the price symbol position. For 99% of people, this is going to be before, just so it looks like this. We can also choose if we want to use a comma dot, or basically how we want to use this price separator, as well as the number of decimals. For most of these, I would just leave these as they are. You can also choose whether or not to hide the currency symbol on booking form. Then if we go down, we can see the default payment method. So we want to leave this as on-site. And then if you remember, this is the reason that I said you always want to go with the standard license. If we want to allow payments via a payment link, via WooCommerce or PayPal or any of these, it does require the standard license, which is why I recommended that earlier. So from here, all you would do is just click into PayPal, for example, and then you can go ahead and connect up your PayPal account or your Stripe account so that when people book appointments, they can go straight in with those accounts. Once you have added all of the payment methods that you would like people to be able to pay by, we can just click on save. And the next thing that we are going to go ahead and change is the notification settings. So right here in notifications, click view notification settings. And then we can go ahead and make sure that you are getting emailed for all of the appointments that are booked. Now for mail service, you can select any of these. It doesn't matter too much, but I always prefer to go with PHP mail. It's just the one I've always used. Then sender name. So this is any emails that are coming for you, for people who have booked appointments when they get a confirmation email. So in here, you usually just want to go with your name. And then for the sender email, if you have a professional business email, you want to put this in right here. So for example, I could go with riley@geforcenorth.com. Then right here, notify the customers by default. You just want to leave this on. Make sure they are getting confirmation emails when they book appointments. Scrolling down, we have send all notifications to additional addresses. This is where you want to go ahead and enter in your email address so that you get emailed every time somebody books an appointment. And then you can also add in an SMS number so that you also get messages when somebody books an appointment. Once you have entered all of this, just click on save. And that is the notification setting saved. We also want to go ahead and enter in company details. So just go to company and click view company settings, and then enter in the company details, such as the name, the company address, website, the phone number, and the company's email. Once you have entered all of that, you can actually also add a profile logo up here. Once all of that has been added, click on save. We can also add working hours and days off. This is going to be super important. So you can go ahead and add in all of the working hours for all of the days that your employees or even you will be working. So for example, we can go to Monday, click on this pencil icon, and then we can choose what time you start and what time you finish. You can then click save. And if your work hours are the same every day, just click on apply to all days, and that is going to apply to all days. So let's just say we don't work Sunday or Saturday. We can leave this as it is and then click on save. Now that is the main bulk of what you will need. There is a few other settings that we can go into. For example, we can go into general settings and you can choose the default time slot. So how long an appointment will take. This can go anywhere from a minute all the way up to 8 hours, but usually this is going to be like an hour to 30 minutes. You can also set the default appointment status to whether this is pending, whether you want to accept them, or whether people are automatically approved. Right here as well, we can choose how far out you will let people book appointments. So that could be super important as well. And there is a little bit more information that you might want to go ahead and change on this page. Once all these have been changed on this settings page, the next thing that we are going to do is go back over to Amelia on this left-hand side and click on employees. This is where you can go ahead and add in employees that are open to appointments and that people can book appointments with. So for example, I can go for add employee right here, and you can enter in their information, their first, their last name, their email, so that they are also notified when people book appointments, their phone number, and all of these different sections right here. You can also add individual employee work hours, days off, and any special days that they take. And you can add as many employees as you like. The next thing that we are going to do is, if you look just under employees, you should see services right here. Whoopsie, we want to go back into services. And this is where you can add in services for your appointments. So if I just go ahead and add a category here, let's go ahead and add this. And let's just say that this is personal training, just like that. Once again, we can add an icon here that will show up on your site if you like, and then we can save this, and this is the category. So this is not individual appointments, this is just the category is personal training. And then if we go ahead and click into here, this is where we can add individual services. So for example, I can go ahead and add a new service, and I can call this 30-minute personal workout session. I can then select the category as personal training. You can choose whether you want to show this service on the site, and then we can go to duration and pricing. So of course, in this example, I will set this to 30 minutes, and let's say this is $50. We can set this, and then you can also add a buffer time before and a buffer time after, just to give your employees or even yourself a little bit of break in between. Under gallery, this is where you can go ahead and add in any images that you want to add to this service. So if you have any images of, in this example, it would be personal trainers working out on the floor, you can add this. We can also go ahead and add in any extras if you want to upsell people at checkout. So that should be everything right there. Okay, so we need to add employees as well. So earlier on, as I mentioned, you should have set employees up right here. You can choose the employees that are available. So let's say you have 6 personal trainers in this example. You can go ahead and select them all, and their calendars will automatically be put in here so that people can book appointments with these certain employees. So just to show you this in action, I'm going to go ahead and create some employees and create some services and show you how this will actually look. So just to show you how this actually looks in action, as you can see, I created 3 employees here. We have James Taylor, Riley Holden, and Ryan Holland. And then if I go down to services, I created 3 different personal training services. We have the 1-hour session, a 30-minute workout session, and a diet and workout plan. And if I click into each of these, you can see that all of the employees are available here so people can book on their calendars individually. So if you have followed along so far, you now have the main homepage of your website created, and we also have the Amelia plugin that allows us to turn this website from a normal website into an appointment booking website. All we need to do from here is add the Amelia plugin to the website page that we created earlier, and this is going to allow people to book and schedule appointments directly through the website. So to actually add the Amelia plugin to the main website and allow people to book appointments from the website, all we are going to do is go up to your domain name in this top left corner and click on Visit Site. This is going to take you back over to your website, which you should have customized earlier. It doesn't matter if not, you can go ahead and customize this later down the line. But let's just go ahead and add this in so people can book your services through the website. So once again, we are just going to click on Edit with Elementor here at the top. And this is going to load up the website editor. So now you want to go ahead and choose whereabouts on the website we want to add this in so people can book appointments. So let's say, for example, you want this right at the top. What we can do is just highlight the section underneath where we want to add this. So I want to add the services above this About Me section. So I hover over the About Me section and then click on this plus icon. As you can see, this is going to add in this plain section right here. So all we have to do is go over to the Elementor editor on the left-hand side, and then you should see this box at the top that says Search Widget. In here, just type in Amelia, and then you can see all of these different options for Amelia. Now, all of these different options, all they do is give you a different view on your website. So feel free to play around with these and go ahead and test them out to see which one you prefer the look of. But I'm just going to go for this Amelia step-by-step booking and drag this in. Once you drag this in, you will notice this changes to text. So if we just go ahead and click update, whilst we are still in the editor right here, this is going to remain as text. But if we go ahead and preview the changes on the website, you can see that this is going to be dropped in. So we have the service selection where people can go ahead and choose which service they want to go for, and then they can select the employee they want to go with. So just like that, I can book a 1-hour workout session with Riley Holden, and then I can choose the date and time that I want to book this appointment at. I can then go through and enter in this information, and then it's going to take them to this payment page. So let's actually go through and test this out to see if this fully works, if this sends me an email and everything like that. Now, as you can see, the amount right here is $100, but because I didn't set up the payment information earlier on, I should just be able to click continue. And as you can see, the appointment has been booked. So from here, I can just go ahead and click on finish. And now let's go ahead and test out the emails. So if I go into my email right here, okay, I entered the name terribly. So just ignore this. This is because this is how I inputted the name when it asked for my name when I was booking. But as you can see, you have successfully scheduled a 1-hour workout session with Riley Holden and then the date right here. So the email has been sent through. So now let's go back to Amelia. Let's actually close all of these tabs right here. We do not need these. Let's go back to the main WordPress dashboard right here. And now if we go to the Amelia dashboard, you can see we have one approved appointment. We have the percentage of load at 0.8% because that's the employee's time. And now if we go down, we can see the upcoming appointment is right here. The service, the duration, the price, and everything is approved, as well as who this is booked with. Okay, so congratulations on following this tutorial so far. We are now about 90% of the way done. But at this point, you might be thinking, okay, cool. So people can go to the website, they can book appointments, but what if they want to go ahead and cancel that appointment? How do we go ahead and allow people to do that? That is exactly what I'm going to be covering in this next section of the video. I will show you exactly how we can go through, add a cancellation link to the email, and also give people a cancellation confirmation when they go ahead and cancel that appointment. So the first thing that we need to do is actually allow the customer to cancel the appointment. The way that we do this is we are going to add a cancellation link into this appointment approved email so that people can go ahead and cancel their appointment if they want to. So the way that we do this is just make sure that we are on Amelia right here. Let's actually go to the Amelia dashboard. And then from here, go to the Amelia notification settings. This is going to load up where we can see the appointment approved email is right at the top here. And this right here is the main appointment approved email. So all that we need to do is just click here where it says show email placeholders. And then right here, we have cancel appointment link. So just go ahead, it's right at the top here, and copy and paste this just by clicking on this to copy. And we just want to say click here to cancel your appointment. And then all we have to do is paste in exactly what we just copied. And this is automatically going to give us a cancel appointment link. From here, we can just click on save. And that is the first step. The second step is creating a page so that when people cancel their appointments, they will be taken through to a page that lets them know their appointment has been cancelled. So to do this, all we are going to do is let's just go back to the main WordPress dashboard right here. So we go to dashboard, and once you are on the WordPress dashboard, just go to pages on this left-hand side and click here on add new page. That is going to take you over to a page like this. So all we are going to do is for the title, we are going to say something along the lines of cancellation successful, just like this. And then underneath, we can just go ahead and type out some text right here. So I just said your appointment with the company name has been cancelled. If you would like to reschedule, please rebook your appointment through our website. And then you will want to go ahead and grab your website link and just paste it in right here. This just makes it a lot easier so that when people cancel appointments and they would like to rebook, they don't have to go ahead and search for the website again. They can just click right here, be taken to the website, and they can rebook their appointment. So once that has been typed out, we can click on publish and then publish again right here. And then as you can see, this is going to give us a page address. Now this page address, super important. We want to go ahead and copy this link right here. Once the link has been copied, we can exit out of this page. And if we open a new tab, we want to go back to the WordPress dashboard. So we have now created the successful cancellation page and we have the link. All we need to do from here is open up Amelia once again and go into the Amelia settings. And then once these settings load up right here, go into the notification settings. Once the notification settings load up, you should see this option that says redirect URLs. So just go ahead and open that up. And then under successful cancellation redirect URL, just paste that in right there and then click on save. And that is all now set up. So the final thing that we are going to do here is just go ahead and test this out. So let's go back to the website and refresh this. And then once again, let's go ahead and book in one of these appointments. So checking this email once again, you can see that we have the email and then we also have this cancel appointment link. So let's go ahead and click on this. As you can see, the cancellation was successful and then we have the message that we typed out. So that appointment has now been cancelled. So let's just go back and see how this looks on Amelia. So if we go down, we can now see that this appointment has been cancelled and we can see that because of this pink right here and the status is cancelled. So that is how you can build an appointment booking website. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to smash that like button and tap that subscribe button. And until next time, take it easy.